Hello, my friend. Welcome back to another episode of the Calligari Chronicles. On last week's episode, first I'm going to do a little bit of a recap for you just to get you up to speed of what's happening at the moment. So myself, I am playing an inquisitorial interrogator. I was sent by Hector Oros to investigate a rogue psycho Galrox Cheslix. While doing this investigation, I was captured, at which point the rest of this motley squad was sent to come down and help me. They were also sent by Hector Oros. Now, all of our characters have met each other before. We have served together in the past on various missions, all really tying us together around Hector Oros, my Inquisitor, who is sort of the central binding point or glue of this group. So last session, everyone came and rescued me. We managed to fight our way out through some heretics. Right, so what happened was we fought our way out. We killed one guy who was in the middle of a summoning ritual. He was a particularly grotesque, large creature. We're not exactly sure what he was, but before the place basically exploded and collapsed, we managed to make it our way outside. Now, at the point of making our way outside, we had a vox call from Hector to inform us that he believes he was given false information by Inquisitor Mistrelli, who has potentially betrayed us all by sabotaging us. So what we're doing at this point is going to go assist Hector Oros, because we could hear on his vox that he was just about to engage in combat and engaging with some heretics. So at the moment we know we're about an hour and a half away. We have to go up a mag lift in order to get there. He's in one of the mid-tier sections of the hive. We're currently stuck down in the belly of the underhive, and as we exit from this sewer system, you see, or we are met by another familiar character to us who was sent basically to assist us and figure out what's taking so long, what's going on. He'd already been given these orders some time ago by Hector, and this is the character of Oxero, who is a Imperial Commissar from the Scholar Progenum and someone that has been recruited many times before by Hector and who has personally mentored me as well in my character's past. Now let's get started with the session, guys. Enjoy.
To give you more information about the homeworld, you're currently on Hive World Clamoris Tertius, so it's a Hive World. Population 43 billion, 10th grade exactus non, and currently the whole world is cut off from all official trade routes. Usually like random traders come and go, but mostly this whole world is in ruin. And TLDR, you're trying to find out why it's in such ruin. Like, everything is chaos. I mean, not chaos, like, but everything's in chaos. Yeah. Anyways, so as you guys leave the how would I call it, cave area which you were previously, like, you start traveling through the underhive, and you can notice like the aura of death. As soon as you emerge from the cave, that is, like, the aura of death cannot escape you. Like, gunshots, screaming, and maniacal laughter fills the air. And you can notice right beside you, like, as soon as you get out, a figure waiting. And that figure waiting is Oxero, as he waits outside for you. And at this point, I want Oxero for you to introduce your character.
Alright. I was born on Sepulchre Secundus, which was a garden world. It was expunged from life by a Necron emergence on the planet. From then on, I was orphaned. I ended up at the Scholar Progenum as a young child. Was taught in the ways of the Commissar. And, well, things you have to know about me, I take my Commissar duties very seriously. And a big quirk about me is that I hate machines. Almost every kind of machines. I hate them. Armor regiments are cool enough, but I hate machines otherwise. And, yeah. Okay.
You guys meet up, exchange your greetings. What do you guys do next?
Okay. I'll shake the hand of Ozerog. We've worked before, just to give a little bit backstory for anyone watching. Everyone in this group has worked together previously. We're familiar with each other. So, firstly, a quick rundown as to the current situation. Ozero, what are you aware of the current situation? Do you know what's happening?
Well, I know some things about what the Inquisitor told me. We are searching for somebody, yes?
Indeed.
Is his name Galros?
It is indeed. However, the Inquisitor appears to be in some form of trouble right now. I suggest we assist him first, and we move forward from there.
Okay, I will follow your lead on that.
Okay, so as you guys advance slowly, you are suddenly met, like as you're walking through the Underhive, you are met by this man with weird face markings and paint on his body. He has some armor on him, and it almost seems like it's selectively chosen where he put his armor. And so you can see this man, and let me ping him. You can see this man before you with weird face markings and paint on his body, and he's carrying with himself a heavy flamer. And as soon as you guys step forward, he tells you, "Well, well, well. Looks like the bull strides into uncharted territories. I'll give you with an option. Hand over your food, or you will be food for me and my men." And he immediately sort of starts sinisterly grinning and gripping his heavy flamer. What do you guys do?
I just mumble Underhive scum and move to over here to the cover.
Okay, here begin combat then.
What are these green things, Jim? Next to me?
Let me explain. So you can, as Jarius immediately like sprints over, you can see the, you can see like as you do a recap of what's going on around you. Those near you are toxic wastes.
To be honest, I didn't want to start combat. I just wanted.
Nope.
to...
You already moved there.
You
so,
rushed towards him. He's gonna see that as an attack.
So, you can see these. You can see the whole area is like a citizen type district, but mostly everything has been destroyed. You can notice these are like toxic waste crates. You can see some simple, smaller crates. These are larger shipping containers and some larger crates, but other than that, nothing catches your eye. Anyways, let me add everybody. I will seize the initiative firstly, attacking with this guy. He fires off a shot with his heavy flamer. And it hits an AoE blast of everyone in this area.
Fuck.
Yep. Okay. So here's what happens. So that deals, and I will shift over. How much is everybody's defense?
4.
Yeah, it'd be 4 for everyone, I think.
4 for everyone. Okay, so
Pretty
that
much.
means I can shift 1, 2, 3, 4, but it also counts as a complication. So that's only 1 extra damage die. And that's 13 damage, minus 1 AP. And everyone who is hit is set on fire. Okay?
Okay.
Who goes next?
Is it possible we can... actually, if I may, I'd like to make a move and then a run toward them.
Mm-hmm. Basically, you run as your whole action.
Yeah. And I'd like to take a simple action to exchange a few choice words with them.
Wait 1 second. Let me put the fire on you, on everyone.
Yes.
So let's not forget that.
Yeah, I'll need to take a willpower test, I believe.
Yeah, willpower test.
Also, question: what was the dice pool for soaking damage?
It's whatever your soak value is.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, I believe I've just passed that. It's difficulty 3.
Yeah, difficulty 3, you pass it.
And I'm going to move... We're going 1 square, 1 meter still,
Also,
yeah?
one thing before we proceed, because he rolled a complication on the attack roll. His flame pack charge explodes, dealing an AoE blast on everyone, and everyone here will suffer 1d3 mortal wounds.
Damn, son.
Just the pack explodes, not the whole thing. He needs
Okay.
to spend a reload. Anyways, go ahead.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4. And as I arrive there, I'm just going to, as a simple action, just to exchange a few words. I'm an
What do you
agent
tell
of the
him?
Inquisition. I'll give you one opportunity to cease fire and leave us. We do not have time for this.
Can I assist him in this?
Do you want to do it as part of an influence check, or?
As an intimidation check.
Either would do.
Roll influence in this case, unless you're trying to intimidate him.
I'll try and go pull rank because I feel that it would maybe have a little bit more effect on them. So
Also, I forgot to mention, you recognize these guys as part of the Apaches, a gang. I should mention.
okay, that will be my rolled a 9 there with a 6 on the wrath.
Not enough. And as you exclaim that, he tells you, "I will do no such thing," and you're clearly surrounded.
Fucking heretics.
Okay. Next. I will
Alright,
go.
can I go?
It's an enemy.
Go.
Oh,
Let me just see their movement. Okay. Okay. So you can see from behind. You can see a couple of like combat servitors emerge out. And 1 second. Their move is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. As they get closer and closer. And that'll be their move. Who's next?
alright.
You can go now.
Yeah. I'm gonna move here.
Okay. Firstly,
Daddy.
do a willpower. Firstly, do a willpower check because you're set on fire.
That would be a 6.
You just need to pass. Okay.
I think that's good enough.
Yeah, you pass
Yeah.
it.
Is that generating glory, by the way?
Yeah, that generates glory.
Okay.
Just walk through the fire.
Right. Thaddeus, we're not gonna be talking with these heretics anymore. I'm gonna take a shot directly.
Also, both of you suffer 1d3 more, 1 mortal wound.
1d3 or 1?
I rolled a 1d3, so that's 1.
Okay.
So do I mod that in my wounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised that flamer really took a shot at us.
Well, it's a heavy flame.
Can't you not see that the Emperor does not abide by that? Can't you not see what it did to you? And I'm gonna take a shot right at the sitting crow.
Okay.
Because that's the guy with the armor, right? With the select.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a shot at him with the bolt pistol.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But it has the brutal thing, so I can.
Yeah, no,
shoot
no,
it twice, right?
That'll be for
That's
damage.
yeah, that's for damage. Sorry, I made that mistake earlier. Never mind. Okay, you hit him, but you can't shift anything. 6 is his total defense.
All right, so my attack on that is
11 damage. No
12,
armor
sorry, because that's brutal.
yeah, that's brutal.
That's 12. Okay. Sadly, the armor doesn't pierce through him. Like you take your shot, but it clearly just the armor ignores the whole brunt of the attack.
Let's go.
Okay, no, I will take my turn then. I will have this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm gonna run with this guy over towards Oxero, and you can see that he has his monoblade and a hand cannon ready to attack you. Who goes next?
I will. So
Okay.
I go forward 7, so just there. So just here. And as I throw my crack grenade into this group of battle servitors,
Okay. What's the explosion radius?
small, and from what I read, small is pretty much just a 1 square, including the center of the blast radius, so it's...
It affects only one target.
Oh.
It works differently.
Well, then I'll throw a frag grenade instead.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What's the blast radius?
The blast radius on a frag grenade is medium.
Okay, so that's 3 targets.
So I suppose that would just affect 3 people.
Yeah, 3 people.
Yep. I'm gonna choose to make it affect these 3 up here.
Okay, up here.
The top 3.
Mm-hmm. Roll the attack.
I throw it, but I say before, you may have us outnumbered, so throw a frag.
1, 2, 4.
5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does it do
Okay,
anything?
you can shift. You gain 1 glory. You chuck your grenade successfully and it lands between their feet. Roll damage. So as the frag grenade explodes, shrapnel starts flying everywhere and fills the entire combat servitors' bodies with shrapnel as they fall down. Electricity buzzing, spazzing everywhere.
You may have us outnumbered, sir, but you're clearly outclassed.
This guy will attempt. He will go next.
Can I take the initiative?
Yeah, you can.
Last.
Then I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna shoot the sitting crawl. It's 12. Yes. I'm gonna roll 13 dice.
God, critical
Okay.
as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's a critical hit.
Should I roll 2d6?
2, 3. 1. Hold on. 1, 2, 4, 6. You can shift 3 of them
Okay.
into extra damage die. Roll 2d6. Okay, so that's 64. So as you roll damage as well. So as you fire your fusion gun, like it burns a hole straight through his chest, like
Nice.
gore flying, a geyser of gore erupts from the foe's wound, and like the armor like flies everywhere, breaking off into bits and pieces. Roll 1d3 extra damage, extra wounds on the damage.
Okay, so I have 2 extra dice from the gun. You let me. How many could I shift?
3.
That's 5. It's under 12 meters. That's +1, so that's 6.
So that's 1, 2, 4 extra damage for a total of.
Is it 6 for Melter, though?
Yep. So it's 23 with 4 AP.
23. Okay, let me just. I will soak. Where's the soak value? Okay. So that's 2, 3, 5, 7 soaked. So that's 8 shocked. 2, 3, 5, 7. And he takes 3 wounds. I also spend a rune point for that. Let me just write it down. Next. I will go with this guy. He makes a willpower check. He steadies himself. And he will resume his turn as normal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, not enough. He will instead go behind cover. He will rush behind cover. Who goes next?
I'll go next, and I'll just curse and firstly let me do my willpower check. So I do not succeed.
So that means you don't get your turn.
I just lean against the crates and start screaming and cursing him in Emperor's name.
Also, Jarius, you receive 2 mortal wounds, and Ernak, you receive 1 mortal wound from being on fire.
Yep.
Okay, that goes Jarius, number 9. And I will go with the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These combat servitors slowly start approaching you and start clasping their servo arms. And you can see like a bloodied gaze aiming towards you, Thaddeus. New round. One moment. I would like to seize the initiative again. And I will seize it with Sitting Krull. As he drops his heavy flamer. And he starts running away.
Is he on fire?
No. He simply just drops it. And he just starts running away. Who goes next?
I would like to go next.
Okay.
Okay, let's first. This time I succeed.
Okay.
And do I still have a sight of him?
1 second. What's the range with your weapon?
150 meters.
Oh yeah, you have range of him.
And I'm just going to aim for his knee.
Okay.
Okay. So.
You can shift to Exalted.
Okay. That would be then 3, 5. Just okay. This is 4, 5, 6, 8, 18 damage.
18 damage. Okay, here's what happens. As you're taking the shot, as you're aiming, you can see a very large creature just stand in front of him. Like it swoops down from the sky. It stands in front of him, taking the attack. And 1 second. How much damage did you say?
18.
Okay. As the creature like swoops down very quickly, and like you can see it picks him up, and it starts dragging him really quickly through the air as it flies off.
Can I see what it is?
No. You haven't seen something like this before. You can perform a scholastic check.
Get out your Pokedex.
Oh yeah, good mention.
That's 6, 7.
Not enough. You don't know what that is.
I'm just going to describe. Our target has been abducted by some kind of flying creature, and can I don't have any more actions left, right?
No, you can move.
Can I try to pet out the flame?
Yeah.
What is that for a test?
Difficulty 3, agility.
Okay. God bless.
Okay. 4, but 1.
A complication occurs as you're trying to pat out the flames.
I just fall on the ground.
Okay.
I just I try to pet out the flames by rolling around.
Okay. There we go. There's that on you. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I will go with the combat servitors, and I will use a free action to join both of these as a single mob. and all of them will move over towards Thaddeus. 1, 2, and they're all started like ganging up on you. Yeah, clicking and clanging through the floor.
Oh, bring it on.
Slowly surrounding you.
Take off the crap, man.
They all ready their servo arms and they start smashing you in. That's a total of... So that's 3 extra damage for a total of 12 extra damage, penetration 3.
12 pen 3. I will take 4. I am going to soak that with my magnificent soak of... Fuck this sheet. How it's laid out.
I didn't know that was a soak value.
Yeah. 4 is soaked. So 4 shock taken, and I think a wound gets through. How many am I taking from being on fire?
Nothing yet. It only resolves on your turn.
Yeah, you burn on your own time.
Yeah. Who goes next?
Seeing as Thaddeus is about to get his teeth absolutely smashed in, I'm going to charge him with my power axe.
Thaddeus.
And
okay.
Swing in a sort of a cleave to try and get as many as I can in one swing.
What's your range?
Well, before it was 1 meter, but now 1 meter, so...
Okay, so it's 1 meter, so everything around you.
So yeah, and that's...
3, 5, 7, 9, 11. Let me compare their defense. So you do a massive cleave. And you just cut them in half. A clean cut. Right through all of these. Who goes... Oh yeah, it's my turn. The one near Oxero. He has his mono blade drawn out. And he makes 2 attacks towards you. You have +4 defense. But he will be doing them as an all-out attack. So that's the first attack. That's the second attack. Does the first attack hit you?
I've got 9 resilience, so I'm guessing not.
No, your defense.
Oh, that's 4, yeah. Will hit me.
Okay, no, but you have +4, so that's 8. Okay, the first attack passes through. But the second one doesn't. It's not brutal. So that's a total of 9 damage, 1 pen.
So I've got 9 resilience. What does that mean now? What does the pen mean?
-1 to your armor. Which
Alright, so only 1 passes, right?
Yeah, only 1 passes through. Yeah, you soak all of it. So that's 2 shock.
I'll take a turn to swing with my hammer
Firstly, your flamey flame.
Ah, yes. The infamous willpower check. You think of my 7 willpower dice.
Okay, you pass through.
And so I'm going to swing my 2-handed hammer, which has a range of 2 meters, in just a giant arc from left to right, trying to just swipe as many of them as I can. And I will be doing that as part of an all-out action, which will put me up to 13 glorious dice. And that is a pretty big fuck up. 4 successes.
1, 2, 4. 4 successes. Only you manage, as you're swinging your hammer frantically while you're set on fire, you manage to bonk one and make sure, the attack makes sure to, you hit it and its head flies off.
What is Bonk.
Next, I will go with this guy. He moves over to here. And I will spend 1 point of ruin to make 2 melee attacks at all out with no penalty. So that's first attack. That's second attack.
Defensive
5, I
4.
assume. Okay, so the first one hits you. And the second one hits you as well, but the second one causes a complication. Just give me a second firstly, let me calculate the damage. I was just only 1 dice. So the first one deals 11, 1 pen. And the second one only deals 9, 1 pen.
From the first attack, 1 makes it through, taking 1 wound.
And for the complication, I will roll. Okay, so as he starts swinging around with his melee weapon, he gets it stuck in the crate behind him. Like he manages to slice a part of you, and then just sticks it right behind him in the crate. Who goes next?
Alright, can I grapple and intimidate?
Firstly, make a willpower save against the fires.
Right.
You fail.
Of course I do.
You take 3 mortal wounds.
We need a roll for my wounds as well.
3.
We need another roll for my wounds.
3.
3.
It's fine. It's fine.
This
3,
is
3, 3.
this
Some
isn't
kind of
rigged.
low tier Satan.
Okay, Ernak, you're last. I'll make a willpower save.
Yes, sir. I am making power save.
Hold on, so am I now unconscious? What the hell happened?
No, you just skip your turn as you're like on fire.
So I'm panicking.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, you pass your check.
I wanna put out the flames.
Okay.
That was agility, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You take only 2 mortal wounds, and you pass the agility check, patting out the flames. This is a free. This would cost 2 simple actions, I think, or 1. I don't remember. So you can go ahead and take your turn normally.
You said 2 mortal wounds, right?
Yeah, 2 mortal wounds.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot the guy that's attacking Oxero,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully in the head.
You need to take an aim so you don't fire into melee without risk, as they're both engaged.
Yes. I can still do that, right?
Yeah,
Because it was free actions.
yeah.
Okay. So I have to roll. I dice. What does aim do?
+1.
Yeah, but +1 on a ranged attack or fire into melee without risk. So you're currently sacrificing
It does
your move.
nothing, right? Yep.
Yeah, it does nothing extra.
Okay, then the standard.
1 moment.
Yep, that's 12.
You can shift 4.
Okay, that's 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 7. So
Okay,
that's
you-
10 extra damage.
Yeah. So you take your fusion gun, aim it oh so carefully so not to damage Oxero, and you just unleash this gout of flame as it sprays through like a large spray of fire, burning the target dead to a crisp on the spot. As he falls down and he splats to the ground, turning him into ashes. New round.
I'm still. I still have my turn.
No, you went first. You were putting out the flames and did a complication. New round. Who goes next? Who goes first? Actually.
I'll charge the remaining battle servitors surrounding Thaddeus.
Okay.
I'll sort of go here, I
Okay.
guess. Wing.
Okay. You manage to chop off both of them right on the spot.
And
Nice.
I can spend a reload to then shoot my bolt pistol at the last guy here. I've never used it.
That's a multi-attack. So basically, there you would only kill one of them instead of two of them, if you decide to do this.
I'll just stick with the charge.
Oh yeah. Firstly, roll a willpower because we keep forgetting that.
Oh, I'm wearing power armor, so it's not like a flames with stick, but
It's Promethean on you.
I only have 4.
You could use a wrath to reroll it.
Yeah. Otherwise, your
many
whole
wrath
turn
do
would
you
go void. You have 2 wrath.
How many wrath do? Okay, I'll spend 1 to reroll. Well, I only have 4 will.
Okay, the turn goes as it was, but you take 3 mortal wounds.
You've got to be fucking kidding! That's 4.
I will seize the initiative here
Okay.
and use one of our 4 glory. So I can attempt to put out the flames first, correct?
Yeah.
Right. So,
But firstly, you need to do the willpower, then.
of course. Of course.
Take 3 damage because
It's just automatic, isn't it? Right, okay. I pass the
Okay,
willpower
you
check.
succeed. Yeah.
And now my intention
What?
here... My intention here is to put out the flames and then bop him on the head. However, I have an agility of 2. So I hope you don't mind if I use 2 additional dice to prevent me from dying. If I use 2 of the glory, leaving
By
us
all
still
means,
with
go
some.
Go
So that will
ahead.
give me 4. Ah. Okay. I quickly pat out the flames. And now I'd like to make an all-out attack on this scumbag that's staring me in the
Okay.
face.
Okay.
So we'll take our 9, 10, 11, take our 13 dice. And he will get +2 to his defense.
Okay, it hits because no exalted.
Yeah, no shifts. And then we will be doing 16 damage, 3 pen.
16 damage, 3 pen. Okay. You just smack him right in the chest as it blows open a large hole. As it blows open a large hole in his chest, slamming him back against the crate as he falls down, dies. Do I have anyone remaining? No, that's everybody dead. Okay.
I'm seeing Oxero panic and just rush over to him and try to pet out the flames.
don't jump on stuff that
Fucking
Phoenix says. He puts
Gargoyle
traps,
coming
you
out of
jump in them.
nowhere. It's all good. It was part of the pleasure. So I'll be voting that we quickly medicate up before we sort of get out of here.
Yeah, are you recording again?
I've started the recording, but I won't put in this bit.
Yogi's
Okay.
on the
Could-
phone.
Yeah.
Should we do a out of combat medicate for everyone, just to save sitting here dice rolling for ages?
Yugi's still on the phone.
Yeah, I'm just discussing if that's okay to do.
Yeah, just role played. We did a quick Medicaid check for everybody.
Yeah.
How much
What
did
we
we
need
heal?
to do is figure out what kind of dark magic Phoenix is using to roll the fucking
Yeah.
3s.
I have to say I'm not that familiar with the Medicaid rules, actually.
I'll actually go over them right now.
I
I'll
have
edit
good
this bit out.
Medicaid.
But
I'm going to take care of the squad.
Hold on,
We're
hold
still
on.
curious as to
How it works.
yeah.
Character creation, no. No, wait,
We're just doing a out of session quick Medicaid for everyone, Zero.
Yeah.
Just to regroup before we move forwards.
I was reading in the rulebook to try and
There's
find the
1
key
hour and there's
day.
like short and long rest basically.
What page is it?
I don't know. Yeah, but
No, the short rest thing is different. But like, let's say you can hold on. Firstly, let's find Medicaid. Firstly, Medicaid. Characters use Medicaid. Okay. The same skill is used for routine first aid and for complex surgeries. A Medicaid test can remove a combat effect, stabilize a dying character, or heal a wounded or shocked character. Medicaid tests suffer a +1 difficulty number modifier for characters who use the skill on themselves. The difficulty to remove a combat effect is equal to the difficulty number modifier imposed by the combat effect. The difficulty to the difficulty to heal a lightly wounded character is 3 or 4 if the character is heavily wounded. Success on this test means the patient recovers 1 wound. A character may receive the benefits of a Medicaid test once per scene. Using Medicaid is more effective when the group is resting. If the skill is used during a regroup, and that's the short rest, which is page 269.
That's the 1 hour rest.
Yeah, that's the 1 hour rest. Let's see what it says.
Will be fucked.
Yeah.
So you can shift any exalted icon to recover an additional wound.
Okay. So, like, we're getting a short rest, right?
Do you want to take a short rest?
I feel, given the story, that a short rest is not appropriate, seeing as we're going to go save the life of an Inquisitor.
Okay.
So, can we quickly patch up and move? And any objections?
No.
So that's 1 wound for everyone?
Looks cool.
Right.
44.
So I'll just do a little explanation as to what's happening here. So we're playing one of our campaign cards at the moment, which is going to make or force a Perils of the Warp, but everyone in the party will gain 1 Wrath, which may be of some use. We've just done a Medicaid check. Pretty much everyone got +1 wounds. That's all we could do. We're not taking any breaks, as we're going to hopefully rush and help this goddamn Inquisitor who's in trouble. So,
anyways,
what does 44 give us?
All creatures within 15 meters of the Psyker begin to suffer from a ringing in their ears and taste the bitterness of iron on their tongues. For the next round, all melee attacks made by such creatures add +1 ED to their damage.
Okay.
Like, you suddenly feel like as you're patching up, you're feeling this whole ringing going off in your head, and like you can start to taste iron. And after a short while, it suddenly fades.
I just look around confused and check my medikit if something was wrong with it.
Yes, like all.
Okay. So at this point, I assume we can proceed?
Yes, we can.
Yeah, okay. Okay, just give me 1 second.
Just before we do, I'm going to spend that 1 Wrath to restore 1d3 shock +1. That's all right?
Okay. Yeah.
Just to make me a little bit more survivable. 2 shock.
Can I do the same thing?
Yeah.
Yep.
So what do I roll?
1d3 and +1 shock to be restored.
So that's 2?
Yep.
Yep.
And at this point, I assume we're ready to proceed?
Indeed.
Okay. Let me just put the music back on because Lord OLED requests. Anyways, so as you guys finish up patching yourselves, like, you can still feel the tension going on around you. What do you guys do?
Can I describe to the Thaddeus what I saw picking him up?
Come again?
If I can describe the flying creature to Thaddeus that picked up the guy.
Yeah, you explain it to him.
Anything I recognize?
No.
Okay. I'll beckon to the others then that we still have work to do aiding the Inquisitor. Although we need rest, we must push forwards.
Well, sir, I shall remain more calm this time.
Indeed. Wait for us to engage or give orders before taking cover, as clearly the creatures of the Underhive are a little bit jumpy. So we know the direction and coordinates that we need to go to get to the mag lift or grav lift right now, so that's where we'll be heading as a party.
Okay. So you board the mag elevators, and it starts ascending very slowly. And before long, you can notice another mag elevator rising at the same pace as you are. And you take a look over towards the mag elevator. You can see 2 people, but you can't see the other one very well. And you see the doors open from the other mag elevator, And before you can even react, a rocket launcher is pointed towards you and shoots. And it hits the mag elevator just below, causing it to screech slowly and stop. And the door, from the doors, you can see two personnel emerge. They're still with the body marks. They're still with the body marks and everything. But what shocks you is 1 second.
When you say body marks, these are cultists of the hand, right?
No, the body marks. I mean, they're still Apache members.
Right. Okay.
And as you guys sit in the elevator, you can notice the small, barely standing platform in front of you. And the doors malfunction and open slowly, and you can see this large flying creature. Sort of looks like a hawk.
Okay, so I'm gonna step out of the elevator onto the barely standing platform. If I can actually find my token. Tokens, please. Thank you!
Did you turn into a Muppet for a second?
Heresy.
Okay, so you move out?
Yes. I just need to measure the distance. Easy peasy. I'm going to aim at the wings of the flying creature.
Okay.
And try to shoot him down so he can't fly around no more. I'm gonna roll.
So that's 1, 2, 4, 6. You can shift 1 exalted.
Okay, so that's 2 from the weapon, 1 for Melta, 1 exalted is 4 extra dice. Of course. So that's 4 extra damage. Yes, and
a total of?
Total of 16 plus 4 is 20 with 4 AP.
So how much total? 20?
20 with 4 AP, yes.
20. Okay, so the AP doesn't do anything. A 9 damage remains to go through, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. So it soaks 7 damage. And it soaks 7 damage. And only 2 wounds. Only 2 wounds managed to pass through. I will next go with thing, the creature, the monstrous creature. Chapman, make an opposed strength saving throw as the creature tries to swoop over and pick you up.
I'm gonna be flying around.
So the creature picks you up. The creature picks you up, and it carries you over above the below the platform and drops you. And it swoops down to go alongside with you. Who goes next?
At this point, how far away or down is it? Like, have they plummeted already, or?
No, they're. Have in mind they're still plummeting.
They're just about to descend, are they?
Yeah, they're plummeting. They're below the platform.
How far below? I'm asking because I'd like to do something with a 5-meter range.
20.
I see.
So that's Ernek first. Okay, who goes next? Thaddeus, I assume.
I will wait patiently.
Okay, who goes next?
Can I go next? So if I come to around here, do I have can I maintain cover and shoot this guy? No, right?
No, the doors are here, and the line of sight.
How about here?
Yeah, let's just say from there you can maintain the cover and.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to maintain cover and then pull my bolt pistol out and take a shot at the guy I can see.
Okay.
Right. Any modifier because I'm using cover or something? No, right?
No.
Right.
You only get +1 to your defense.
All right.
So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 exalted. You can shift the exalted.
That's how much dice plus? Like 2 damage?
That's +1 extra damage dice. So That's a total of +2 extra.
And it's brutal, so I can make that +2, right? Because the full pistol has brutal.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 12.
12 total damage. Okay.
Yeah.
That's 12 total damage. Okay, he can't soak. So that's 4 damage dealt to him. He will go next. The same guy you attacked.
By the way, I can't see if they have HP bars.
Anyways, this guy will move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And he will shoot at you, Oxero. So that's a total of... he will take... Oh no, wait, he can't. So that's 3.
So I've got 5 defense now, I think, because of the cover.
Yeah, never mind. Who goes next?
Okay, I'll go next. I'll move up to besides Oxero and just aim at the same guy he just shot.
Okay.
Just shoot at
him. You can't aim and move.
I hip fire my my sniper.
Okay.
No scope 360. Let's go.
No.
New.
I'll spend a draft to re-roll my failures.
Okay.
That's... the re-roll the whole test or just failure? Dice?
You can choose how much you want.
Okay, I re-roll the whole test. Much better.
You can shift only 1.
Okay, that would be then... Okay, the 13 damage in total.
13 damage in total. Okay. So you plop him directly in the chest, and from the shock from the hit, he quickly like starts moving around, and like he's sort of dizzy and just plops and falls down.
He joins us. Nice.
Yeah. Next.
I'll step out of the
Oh
elevator.
wait, sorry, it's my turn. My mistake. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He shoots at you, Jarius.
Jarius has no cover from there, huh?
2, 4. Does 4 hit you?
Do I have cover?
No.
Yes, 4 is my defense.
4 is your defense. Okay, and that's a critical hit.
Apparently.
That's a critical hit. So that's 1 moment. Let me just firstly calculate the damage and then go over to the critical. So that's +1 extra damage. Does nothing. So that's a total of 9 damage, but from the critical hit, I don't think it passes through since it doesn't hit your... No. How much is your resilience?
10.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything, so... Only you receive... Wait, actually, on second thought, let me just check this real quickly. Yeah, okay, so you would take 1 wound if it doesn't pass through. The effects of the critical effect don't resolve, but you just only take 1 wound.
I'll try to soak that.
Yeah.
And I just stumble back. What does he shoot on me?
He shoots you with a simple hand cannon.
I just take it like just stand there.
Okay.
As a space marine, I really don't care.
Yeah, so that's 2 shock. Who goes next?
I'll go next. I'm going to step outside of this infernal device, look over towards the NPC and jam his weapon using my jam mechanism ability, which basically renders it useless for a minute. I'll be rolling this and hoping that there's no complication. Doesn't do anything with the 6.
Okay.
So that is basically his weapon jammed. It would normally be a difficulty 4 tech test, but I'm going to shift 1 dice through to make it difficulty 5 tech test.
Difficulty 5, okay.
So I'm just going to do something for that for a second. So I would step outside the elevator, look towards him and raise a hand and just slowly point it towards him and you can just... He can feel his weapon starting to get cold and hearing small cracks inside, seeing these little crystals develop as he looks at it and thinks, what the fuck?
Okay. Karthus?
I'll step out of the elevator and use my bolt gun to shoot him in the head, or just shoot him.
Okay.
So, 12 total.
12 total. Okay. There's no armor piercing, right?
Nope.
Nope. Okay. So the shot explodes a really large bolt in his chest, and you can see that he's barely gripping the wound and standing. He throws his gun, the hand cannon on the ground, gripping his blade. I will go with him next. Actually, he just falls down on his knees. He just falls down on his knees and he asks you all to spare him. And like he says it like, "Spare me! I am lonely."
Okay. We're still in combat.
Yeah, we're still in combat. Now, Chatman, you're floating through the air as the hawk swoops down. Like you're still swooping down. What do you do?
Can I do a cunning test to grab a hold of him?
He's far away from you. And to grab onto him, you would need to actually, on second thought, yeah, you can grab onto him. You would need to do an opposing strength check.
Only you had a jetpack of your own.
What was that about getting a jetpack?
I do have a jetpack.
Yeah, he has a jetpack.
I just
What do you
like
do?
the idea of grabbing the creature. Well, since it's an opposing strength test, I'm not gonna opt for grabbing the creature.
Okay.
I'm gonna instead do the piloting check to get back onto the platform with my jetpack.
Okay. Make a pilot check. Difficulty number 5.
Yes.
Okay. So
I ignite my jetpack's engines and swoop around the creature to get back onto the platform next to the other party members.
Nice.
I just look confused. Weren't you just falling a second ago?
That was just what you saw.
Right, combat's still engaged, so
yeah.
can I
the
take
creature-
a quick... Sorry, after you then. It's your turn.
The creature just quickly flying, just flapping its wings, takes a look at you, and just quickly flies away.
Bitch.
Presuming it's our turn now, I'm going to say to the others that we should interrogate this gentleman. I need to know why we are being attacked and who ordered him here.
I'm gonna crack my fingers. I'm on it.
Okay.
Can we encircle him, please?
I'm going close to the edge and just aiming like around and looking for the flying creature if it's coming back or something else.
Okay.
Excellent
You
idea.
see the creature flying away in the distance.
Can I relieve this gentleman of his weapons? Just in case?
He's only gripping his blade, but he almost it doesn't even seem like he's reluctantly giving it away to you. He just plops it over into your hand.
Good. We're off to a good start. So, what was the name of that guy from the Apaches that we fought earlier? Skulk or something?
You don't know.
Yeah, we haven't met his name, come across his name yet.
It was just metagaming. In my head, I assumed he would have done something with them, so I kind of showed his name, but never mind. You don't know what his name was.
All right. Well, then I would like to inquire about that man's name.
Make a persuasion check. Difficulty number 3. Okay, you succeed. And you succeed, and he tells you his name, Sitting Cruel. Leader, or well, not leader. leader of our sub-gang. Leader of the Apaches. Apaches. Mighty, fearful.
And who ordered your attack on us?
Make a persuasion check, difficulty 5. Actually, no, difficulty number 7.
Can I assist?
Yeah, you can assist.
Thank you.
Is he, no, never mind. 8?
Yeah, so... What do you tell him exactly?
I want to know what his orders were, what his instructions were, and who gave him those instructions.
So you get, like, close up to his face, and, he tells you, we weren't given any orders. We heard the rumblings, the explosions, and we quickly came as fast as we could, expecting an easy prey for food and resources. But you proved quite the challenge.
Okay.
And still, you're proving quite the challenge.
Okay, I'm going to turn to the others. I know Xerox, and say that it appears this gentleman is of no use to us. He has no information.
I'm just going.
Take them. Okay. Well, we can both execute him then, I guess.
Can I? I'll turn to you, Zero. Do you mind if I handle this? I'd like to save you the bullets. I'm going to give the gentleman a command to take a walk, using the psychic command power.
Okay.
Can I turn around before that and ask, does he know what the flying creature is? I just turn back towards watching.
Just before doing that, then I'll repeat that to him and say, do you mind? I'll give you one opportunity to be useful, scum. Tell me the name of the flying creature and I may spare your life.
And 1 second. He tells you that the creature is a swooping hawk. He has it as a sort of a pet from his home planet.
Who does?
Sitting Krull.
Sitting Krull.
He has it as a sort of a pet. And with the pet he uses like his pet to sow terror to the other gangs. And it's a very reliable attack creature. Like, no one so far has been able to successfully defeat it.
Seems to me just like an overgrown chicken. That is.
Okay. Yes.
Could I have a word with you?
Indeed. And I'll motion to the gentleman kneeling down to just point to the spot and say, stay. And turn to a Zero.
Make the psychic test.
He did need to roll 8 on his willpower dice.
He needs to roll what?
It's a difficulty 8 willpower test for him to resist it.
Okay, let's try it. Nope.
Okay. So, a 0, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking he could be more useful than he seems. He might tell us the location of hideout, might tell us of their workings, of any other potential leaders. Even though he's just a lowly agent of the Apaches, we could use him to infiltrate if we need.
Indeed. Although it would have been very humorous to watch him jump pretending to be a bird.
Well, we can extract any information we need out of him. He doesn't need a tongue to lead us there.
This is why I like having you here, Zero. Good thinking. Can we have him detained by anyone nearby?
Also, can you make him talk unless we want him to?
I'm afraid the limit of my powers lasts for mere moments. I cannot control him for long periods. I can only give him suggestions.
So it would be prudent of us to gag him.
Can we, is he wearing a belt?
Yeah, let's say he's wearing a belt.
Can we fasten the belt around his hands behind his back in a really uncomfortable position and shove some cloth down his throat and tell him he's to follow us?
Okay.
So at this point, can we begin walking towards the desired destination? And but perhaps
currently you're hanging like on a ledge.
Okay.
So walking would be an option, except taking the working elevator.
We're not all the way up yet. I see. So, to the elevator then.
Okay. You guys plant yourselves in the elevator.
I'm gonna keep. Can I ask the man's name? Or maybe his, I don't know, street name, whatever. Just to know what to call him, so I don't call him scum.
Give me 1 second.
To Google some random name.
I'm not Googling anything.
Lucas Scotty Walker. That name's taken.
Hampton Hanging Pork.
His name is Sweeron.
Well then, Sweeron.
Let me write it down.
You should be excited about this partnership. You get to rub shoulders with the servants of the Imperium.
He turns. How will that do me anything good?
Well, it couldn't get any worse for you.
Can I just ascertain as to whether he looks likely to run away, or if he looks like he's genuinely
Well, he's near death. He's slowly bleeding out from his wound, and he clearly seems from your standpoint that he's really beaten out, has no more willpower left in him.
Okay.
So who was the guy in our group who was medicating people before?
Me.
Jarius.
So Jarius, would you mind patching up just slightly so he doesn't bleed out on us?
Okay,
I'm bleeding on my coat right now.
Very well, sir. I'm going to try and stabilize him.
Yeah, you don't need to roll. You don't need to roll anything. You just quickly patch up the wound.
I use the cauterizer just to burn out everything.
Yeah.
And as we're going up,
screams in agony.
As we're going up and listening to the elevator music, I'm just going to ask him one or two more questions. I'd just like to know, firstly, is it likely or probable we'll be attacked again en route? And
do they have any ambitions on them?
Yeah. Do they have any other ambitions that he knows of?
He doesn't answer anything further than that.
Every time he doesn't answer, I just press the cauterizer a bit deeper into the wound.
Okay, and he just exclaims, screaming loudly,
I'm gonna put my mouth on his face so I muffle his screams.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna get to his eye level, and I'm gonna say, "Listen to me, boy. Either you answer the questions, or I will implore all of my education on you right now. I'm gonna take my commissar head."
Make an intimidate check. Difficulty number 5.
Mambo number 5. That's I think that's 11 for me because I've got that commissar trait.
Mm-hmm. Exactly 5. Okay.
Good, right?
So yeah, you pass the check. So the guy still seems reluctant to tell you, but he only just answers. He only controls the lower levels. Anything above, don't expect no Apaches.
Yeah. Do you think we should blindfold him?
Very well. I'd go a step further than blindfolding, personally. I would just go for blinding, but very well.
No, he might still need his eyes to help us, though.
True. Sometimes I let my work as an interrogator get ahead of me.
That's fine. Yeah, I was mentoring you for a bit, so.
Okay. So we shall go onward.
Yeah.
At this point, I would like to ask a 1-minute pause. Yeah, you're riding up in the elevator, and you slowly reach the middle section of the hive. As you arrive, as you get out of the elevator, you can notice 2 Arbites standing near the entrance of the elevator. As they both, as you emerge outwards, they see a space marine. They see a commissar. Like they notice all of you, and they just immediately rank up and immediately like hail you. And they ask for your names.
I am Thaddeus of the Inquisition. I will demonstrate my insignia. I have an item displaying my authority, so I will raise that up to them. And I'll say that these are my compatriots for today. We are en route to, and I'll share with them the coordinates for the last known location of our Inquisitor, and ask them if they're able to assist us in travelling there fast.
Make an influence check.
Can I assist?
Yeah.
And I'm going to invoke the name of my Inquisitor for a bonus 1. But after you, Chapman.
Difficulty number 5 as well for you. You can shift 1, but there's a complication.
Okay.
What might the complication be? Chapman, any ideas?
For an influence check.
Yeah, for an influence check. So you start pulling your rank as a rogue trader towards them. But what could the complication be? If we can't reach a consensus, it's 1 ruin point for me.
There's a bit of snot. You
could insult them a little bit.
Charming.
You could like
stutter?
offend them a little bit.
You get a vehicle that's too small for the Astartes.
I can offend them a little bit. That I don't mind that part.
Okay, so you offend them. The difficulty of the test is +1.
I rolled an 8, so we will be...
Yeah.
I'll raise my item to them and say, I am Thaddeus of Inquisitor Hector Oros. We need your assistance.
And they both quickly agree. We can have a transportation vehicle ready. We just don't have anyone available to operate it. Is anybody skilled in piloting vehicles?
I shall step forward and say that I will take care of the piloting needs.
Then he just nods and says, very well.
Can we hand I'll turn towards Zero for a moment. What do you feel of handing our newfound pet over to the Arbites for further interrogation as we have more pressing matters?
Yeah, I thought about that too. He could be a hindrance en route. So yeah, I'm gonna ask the Arbites to keep an eye on this guy, but definitely don't let him out of their sight, out of their custody.
They tell you that he will be. You can find him at any point in precinct CB-131.
I don't have to write that down, do I?
I will.
Okay, can you say it again?
CB-131.
I've made note in my datapad.
Okay. You guys get in the vehicle. Currently, it's when we started the adventure, it was somewhere around midday, so I would assume now it's night time, 8 p.m., 9 p.m. Anyways, Chapman, make me a pilot check.
Yes, sir.
Difficulty number 3. Okay. So you get in the vehicle. Drive over. It takes about 15 minutes cruising through the streets. And 1 second. So you arrive at this sort of outer area of a citizen complex. And you can notice, like, as you're driving towards as you're driving closer towards the coordinates, you can see this sort of building that's extremely worn out, like almost looks like it's abandoned. That's that.
And these are the coordinates from the last known transmission of my Inquisitor, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we see any movement?
No. Like, this whole area seems almost abandoned.
Is the vehicle armed in any way?
Yeah,
No.
It is the almost thing that sort of...
No, the vehicle isn't armed in any way. This is just a simple traveling vehicle.
How about any tracks from anything that moved recently?
Make me an investigation check 12.
That's not gonna go well.
Yeah. Perhaps we need to... time is of the essence, as we've already taken a long time. Perhaps we should proceed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I assume you enter the complex?
What's the entrance like? Is this like a doorway, or is the exterior crumbling?
Okay. It's a doorway, but like the whole exterior is crumbling. Everything's worn out, destroyed.
Okay.
This area seems as it's unpopulated.
I will turn to Jarius for a moment and say, I know you are lightly wounded. However, would you like to proceed and tell us what you can see via your microbead?
Yeah, well, I will scout ahead. And I'm just going to crouch and go in.
And,
so
the
moment you cross over... The moment you cross over, a deep silence fills the whole area, and apart from your breaths and your footsteps, you don't hear anything. What were you going to say?
Just going to say, and please do not engage without first asking. This information's been relayed to us, correct? What do you see, Jarius?
It's silent. I do not see anything.
Yeah, you just see the whole interior is crumbling. Everything's almost destroyed from even from the inside.
Okay, we shall enter the complex then. Hearing that the complex is empty, we're all on microbeads at this point, so I'll beckon to the others that we need to enter and ascertain what happened here. Now, is there any sign of gunshots? Is there any signs of...
well, firstly, in I assume you're at the lowest floor. He's on floor 10.
Ah, right. It's
a building. It's still a complex.
I will
go one story above the rest of the team. To scout ahead.
Okay. So as you're do you guys move slowly or quickly?
We can hear nothing. Yes, it's completely silent. Yeah. I would say we go at a normal pace.
At a normal pace.
Not making more noise, but not sneaking.
Okay, yeah, you can since Jarius is going first, you can hear his footsteps going as a.
I wanted to try to stealth to be.
Okay. Roll stealth.
Yeah, I'm not very stealthy.
You think that you're stealthy as you're moving extremely stealthily, but everybody can still hear your footsteps Anyways,
he's trying to communicate with.
After about 5 minutes, well, I don't think it would take 5 minutes, more like 2 minutes. After about 2 minutes of walking up the stairs, Jarius, you can firstly find this blasted open room. I assume, Thaddeus, you've shared the coordinates with Jarius, right?
Yeah, the group will be aware at this time that the target is on the 10th floor. And as we approach the 8th, 9th, 10th, to approach with a little degree of more finesse, and I'll send a little reminder to Jarius. Perhaps he can try and dampen the noise of his footsteps for us.
Anyways, so as you reach the 10th floor, you can see this room blasted open. The whole construction is destroyed. Where there used to be a door and a door frame, it's just a large hole.
Can we ascertain from what sort of weapon?
I just halt and say, I found the hiding spot of you, Inquisitor. There is no door. The wall is blasted open.
Investigation difficulty 7.
And I'm just going to wait for them to move up.
As we're right next to the building, if I can just attempt to sort of make a glancing pass at it, because I don't feel I'd make any more than just a quick look at that and move through. Seeing as we're but meters away from where the actions happened, I'd like to proceed in and find out what's happened to the fate of my Inquisitor.
Okay, I'm gonna move you into the next map. As you enter the room, You can notice like this large feeling of dread overwhelms you as you glance over this sort of crime scene. There's a flickering lumen globe from here, just flickering light back and forth. Otherwise, the room is completely dark. And you take a second look over, and like you can notice the room. Like there's nothing special about the room in any way. It's more rather curious. Why would your Inquisitor be here, and why he would use this as a point of his like work, if you will. You can notice on the desk there's a broken cogitator, and it's almost unmounted. Screen almost shattered. You're unsure if it even works. There's a bookcase with burnt tomes and books on the right side. You can see bloodstains everywhere splattered on the walls. And you can see 4 corpses in each of the rooms. And you can notice this piece of cloth residing over here. What do you do?
Well, just to save time, we should all maybe take one of each to inspect. So maybe Thaddeus gets the cogitator, looks it over. I'm gonna go with the bloodstains, try to ascertain if they were from if they were from bullets or bolts or any ballistic weapon, or were they from slashes maybe? Do you see the patterns of blood? I don't know. I don't want anything to do with the cogitator. That's all I'm saying.
Perhaps the Arius can deal with the cogitator. He's more technically minded than myself.
Oh,
very well, sir. And I'm just going to move up to the cogitator and try to see if it works. Though.
So, what? Like again, let me just mention everything again. Firstly, I'd like everybody to make an awareness check.
Does it generate glory?
No glory. Okay, so here's again what everybody can see. The bookcase, the corpses. You can see this piece of cloth over here. You can see a weapon strewn at the side. Here, pieces of paper on the table. They're mostly burnt though in the cogitator. Nothing else.
Okay.
So firstly, Jarius, you would like to work the cogitator. Okay. Give me 1 second. Make me a tech use test. Difficulty number 11.
Nope. I just try to fiddle with it, and it just throws sparks, and I say, no saving here.
Yeah, throw sparks everywhere. Doesn't work.
Do I recognize any of these bodies? Insignia, items, clothing?
Instead, you don't need to make me a check. You quickly or this one in particular, and you can confirm it's from the cult of the infinite gaze.
These heretics. All of the bodies presumably are bearing such markings. If I can do a quick roundup of them. Okay.
Yeah. So you quickly round up all of them.
I'll inform the others that these are the heretics I was hunting before, of the same cult. They're the ones that this infamous Psyker is known to be associated with, and the one that myself and my Inquisitor are currently hunting. Presumably my Inquisitor was carrying on a separate branch of the investigation here.
Also, Thaddeus, while you're checking out all of the corpses, so this one, the one to the top, has a large rend from a chainsword. Like this really extremely deep wound to him, while the one that's right next to the door entrance has an enormous hole blown in his chest.
I believe Hector was known for his use of a chainsword.
Yeah, he was crafty with weapons. The one over there has his chest blown open, and the one to the bottom, both of them have small pierces through their heads.
Small pierces, as in needle size, like?
Yeah, smaller, extremely small.
Interesting.
Can I go over and see if the injury is something that I know, like a medical check to see if I already seen this injury?
Okay, make me an investigate check. Difficulty number 9.
Okay. Just one
No. You try to ascertain like what can this come from, but to no avail. You're pretty sure it might be like a smaller armament, like an autogun or stuff like that. But you're unsure.
I'll relay that information to Thaddeus.
By the way, is this over here a window?
Yeah, it's a window. Like as you come closer to the window, you can see this bloodied handprint on the window, like the lumen globe that keeps flickering back and forth. You can notice this bloodied handprint, and you can see blood on the lower frame of the window, and it looks as if someone headed out for a jump.
Is the window open right now?
Yeah, the window is open.
Can I take a look?
Yeah, you glance out from the window, and it would seem like it's an extremely daring large jump, but you're unsure about anything. You can see blood on both of the sides of the walls, but apart from that, you can't notice anything else.
So, ascertain if somebody actually did try to attempt to jump, or was somebody thrown out?
Nope. You're pretty sure from this that somebody must have jumped out, but you can, like, as you're carefully looking out, you can notice that there are these how would I call them in English? Like from the sides of the windows, like platforms you can sort of
balconies type things.
Yeah, balcony type thing which you can walk against if you're against the, like, with your back against the wall. You can move around the
Matrix,
ledges. Yeah, you can walk around the ledges. That's the word.
Can I point to the weapon down in the south of the building and ask if Ernak is familiar with it?
Ernak?
I need to check it out.
Yeah.
It would be in the bottom left of the establishment.
So as you move closer, you can notice this bolt pistol, which is master crafted, but it's broken, like it's almost nearly destroyed, and it seems that it's decorated with regalia and sort of like objects which an Inquisitor would most likely use. Like they're small, purity. I was gonna say it's stamps.
Okay.
Purity seals and whatnot.
So this weapon looks like it could be your Inquisitor's weapon before it broke.
Is there any blood on it?
Yes.
Damn. I'll say to Ernak, hold on to it for now. And we may need to reacquaint it with its owner, hopefully, with time.
Ernak put in bolt pistol master crafted broken.
How broken is this bolt pistol?
Extremely. Like it's gonna take some time to actually fix it.
Okay.
How about these drawers? Can we check it?
You keep checking the drawers, but I would like you to make me an awareness check.
It's gonna go well.
So as you're like flicking through the drawers, you can't find anything worthy of note.
And the blue piece of cloth in front of the desk, can anything of note about that?
Okay, so as you pick up the piece of cloth, hiding below it, you find your Inquisitor's rosette.
Damn. I'm gonna just say out loud, this is the rosette of Hector. This is not good. He would not leave without this. The cloth, is it bloodied or...?
Yes, it's bloodied and it's blue.
Do I recognize this from anywhere? Is it part of his apparel?
Yeah, it's like he used it as a kerchief.
Damn. I will take the rosette, place it in my on my persons, and Did you say handkerchief for this?
Yeah.
Okay. I will place it in my pocket.
It's basically decorated. It's basically decorated with some various inquisitorial symbols. It looks like it's mostly like handmade for personal usage, like it was custom made for someone.
Damn. So I'll relay to the others that this appears to be the apparel of my Inquisitor. This is not good. He would not leave without this. This is his inquisitorial seal as proof of association with the Inquisition. I fear the worst.
Yeah, but he might have been overrun. He might have not had any choice.
I hope so. I hope so.
Let us check all the bodies for anything they might carry on.
Give me 1 second.
Also, can anybody feel any draft in the room?
Can anybody feel what?
So, because the window's open, if there's maybe any nook or cranny where the Inquisitor might have left something that he could not, that he felt like it needed protecting, nobody could find it. Since the window's open, there could be a small draft somewhere in the room.
So far, you haven't explored fully the the bookcase and the piles of notes on the desk.
Now, I'm not able to read, but I'd like to look at the bookcase to see what I can make out that happened here. You mentioned it had been burnt and on fire?
Yeah, they've been burnt and on fire.
Are there any embers, or is this recent looking, or?
No, so there aren't any embers. Like it might have taken you like about 30, 40, 45 minutes or so to reach the area, but like any ember, if there was any, is long gone, and all the books are completely destroyed.
No insignia left, nothing of any note. Okay. And is there anything behind the bookcase? Feeling particularly inquisitive.
Make a strength check. Pull the bookcase.
Just strength or athletics?
Just strength.
Okay. I'm exhausted from the combat, and I lean up against it and push, but to no avail.
Seeing this, I'm just going to gesture over to Arthur's brother. Our Inquisitor might need your help.
Yep, I'll get right on that. Just lost connection to Roll20, so it's...
Yeah, I did as well, and currently it doesn't work.
Okay.
I refreshed and it doesn't work.
One lose connection?
I can do dice rolls still.
No connection. No connection.
So we had Carthus approaching me to help check behind the bookshelf.
Yeah.
So I'll motion over to him and say, Carthus, I want to see if any of these papers have made their way behind the bookshelf. I need to know what was here.
You will.
And
sort of, grab the case and go, shh, and kind of like a gate, sort of just to shift it, see if anything's behind.
Yeah, you try to slowly move it and shift it, but you can't see anything that's worthy of note.
And what of the papers on the desk? Is anyone able to ascertain what they're regarding?
Who's gonna look over them?
I'm just going to grab them and give them over to Xaro. You are better than...
So, as you immediately grab them, most of them turn to ash, except one piece of paper remains hidden and unburnt.
Okay. What's on it?
The note says the following. Thaddeus, should you come for me, my fate is undetermined. I contacted another Inquisitor before the events transpired. And that's where the letter cuts off. You can see the sort of ink floating.
I will sigh heavily and bring the note to Thaddeus.
And on hearing this, is Inquisitor Mestrelli a she?
You don't know.
Right, okay, it's just to ascertain as to if it could or couldn't be. I see. This is not good. As of yet, all I know is that Inquisitor Mestrelli was an Inquisitor that may have betrayed ours. He shared the name on his Vox call before he was cut off. Perhaps this is a point of investigation for us to proceed forwards.
Also, one final thing, because you said like if they have anything on if the dead corpses have anything on them, you find a badly like scribbled on note saying, the person that contacted us promised artifacts belonging to our master. A hit on a symbol target, right? We have one part of the final ritual. And the note ends there. No name, no nothing.
This is the second time I've heard of the final ritual today. Down in the caverns, there was mention as well on a separate note. I fear something heretical is coming.
And as you finish reviewing the note, everybody, you can notice from the doorway there's a lot like a red eye looking like from the corner, like you can notice like from the corners of the eye of your eyes you can spot something from the darkness of the hallway like looking at you, and it stays there for like 5-10 seconds looking towards you.
I just instantly turn around and raise my sniper.
Okay. And you can see a female figure emerge out, and she tells you, Thaddeus.
Yes, ma'am.
My name is Estia, and you can see her decked out in full Inquisitor regalia.
I'll turn to Zero and say, put your weapon down. This is a member of the Inquisition.
Yeah, well, sir.
And she has her arms crossed as she lies back on the door, on remains of the doorway, and she tells you, I was secretly monitoring both you and your Inquisitor, but it seems the kerfuffle between Hector and Mestrelli seems to have escalated. Right before Hector was attacked, he voxed me and asked me for reinforcements, but I couldn't assist, and ultimately am late. What did you figure out from this scene?
As of yet, we have the bolter pistol, presumably of Hector Oros, as well as a piece of his apparel coated in blood. I fear the worst. Other than that, there is mention of a final summoning that we have had or ascertained information from here, and both the cult members of the Underhive. I fear they are up to no good.
Very well. May I see the note?
I will motion to... oh no, Zero brought it to me, so I will remember I have it in my possession and hand it over to her.
Right. She reads it over, crumples the paper, throws it on the ground, and she tells you, pick up everything that you might require from the room. We're destroying it.
What? Can I inquire as to why? What's going on here? What do you know of this? What is this final summoning?
I'm afraid I cannot divulge such information to you.
Can I insight check her in some way?
Yeah, sure. Difficulty number 5.
Does she seem trustworthy?
Yeah, because and by the way, I don't have my macros visible right now, so I'm just gonna.
Let's just say that you discern that she's of honest intent, and like as you guys are standing in there, she quickly taps on the wall. Quickly, we don't have much time to spare.
I guess we follow.
Have you figured out everything from this room? Are there any other clues that we might...
One other thing I'd like to do. I'd like to request to see her seal. Say after a day like I've had, I require some proof of identification. May I see your seal?
Yeah, she immediately pulls out her rosette.
I will nod my head a little bit more than what is necessary, as sort of to gesture towards a bow, and say, "My thanks, Inquisitor." And I believe
check the books.
All burnt.
Yeah, I believe we've exhausted. I'll look to the others and ask them if there is anything they have seen. The only thing I believe we haven't ascertained any information from is the cogitator, which we've been unable to get it to work. If I were to motion towards it and ask her, you feel free to try for yourself.
I already know what's on that cogitator. Better to destroy it rather than have it.
And
If
I might write
ask,
after you.
What is on it?
Classified information. I'm afraid I cannot divulge anything. If that is all, I will request you all to leave the room.
Under whose authority is this classified? Are you with the Conclave?
Yes.
They are aware of this?
No.
Very well.
Did we perchance hear the communication that went on between Inquisitor Hector and yourself?
I don't have any recordings of such. But I assume it might have been the same that you heard.
Okay. And lastly from myself, what do you know of Inquisitor Mistrelli? I believe he or she may be accountable to some of this betrayal. I wish to see their blood spilled.
He is accountable for all and everything that's wrong. I'm afraid your Inquisitor Hector is a little bit of a radical. And it's conflicting with Mistrelli. I have detailed information of his whereabouts, and we shall go there next. Now, she pulls out like a small hand flamer as she motions everyone out. And she starts burning from the corners of the room, like releasing gouts of flames and just... yeah, she just like releases gouts of flame, burning everything, make sure that everything is destroyed. And in the darkness of the hallway, you can see a small red eye just... like, you can notice her small red eye blinking back and forth, and she says, "Shall we?" As she quickly starts moving down towards the stairs.
Yes, we follow.
And
Very well.